Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? I want to welcome the 187 guests of honor. This is one of the most important days of your life. And I just want to congratulate you on withstanding the endurance test, really, that the naturalization process represents.
Hi, I'm Audie Padilla. I'm from the Philippines. I came here in the US for work. I'm a nurse, and one of the nursing home in TRC, what do you call this one, sponsored me to be an immigrant here. Then I ended up here. I married somebody. Then we work in Mountain View. That's why I'm here in Las Cruces. The process for the citizenship is not so bad, but going here is the longest part. So I've waited for me to be here in the U.S. I waited at least 7 years. Then for the citizenship, 5 to 6 years. Then applying 2 to 3 months. So it's not so bad.
I also want to thank the family members and the friends of our 187 guests of honor who have put their lives on pause to accompany their loved one to one of the most important days of their life. As is true with every significant accomplishment, they could not have done this without you.
I'm Francisco Mimisa. I'm from Chile. My first time in America, it was because I was finishing my internship at the University of Minnesota. So at this time, I was just trying to learn English, So it was very fun because finally, through a lot of people around the world, actually in Minnesota, I met my wife. So that's pretty much was at the end of my journey in Minnesota. So after that, we keep our life together, and finally, a couple of years after that, we decided to move actually down to Minnesota. And finally, I found my job in Roswell, New Mexico, in the Department of Health. Actually, I'm the regional epidemiologist for the Department of Health here in New Mexico.
You might wonder whether the language and the rhetoric we use toward one another when we talk about the immigration issue is as responsible and even-tempered as it should be.
Yes, I'm Sonia Rangel, and I immigrated from Mexico. I was immigrated when I was 10 years. My parents decided to come for a better future, and it wasn't my decision to be here, but I'm really proud to be part of this country now, and really proud. It was a long process because I never thought I was going to be a permanent resident until I got married with my husband. But I didn't know he was a permanent resident. So we got married, and then he decided to become a U.S. citizen, and then he told me, you know what, it's your turn now. So that's why I decided to become a U.S. citizen now.
You might wonder whether the social fabric of this country can withstand being pulled so strongly and so powerfully in so many different directions.
My name is Osmani Alvarez, and I'm immigrating from Cuba. I've been here in the U.S. for 5 years. So I came here in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. I come from a communist country, so I'm in a democracy now. And it took me a little while to get used to a feeling like I'm in a democracy, coming from living for about 28 years in a communist country. So that's basically what made me do all what I did to get here.
My name is Hannah, and I'm immigrating from Brazil. So my mom actually got a scholarship with NMSU. She received her master's, and then she later went to get her PhD at NMSU. And so we came because of her. It was important because of the political and economical issues in my country right now. And this country offers me more opportunity to further develop myself. Well, the first thing I did do was register to vote, which I look forward to in the next election. That was my number one thing.
We are debating issues like whether the southwest border should be more open or more secure. We're debating whether our laws about asylum and refugees should change or should remain the same. We're debating what, if anything, should be done with the ladies and gentlemen who are who are in the United States, whose presence here at least technically violates our current laws. And we're debating whether those who are in our custody are being treated humanely enough when they have availed themselves of our laws.
Mr. President, do you think his tweets were racist?
Not at all.
President Trump doubling down on racist tweets. Today at a White House event aimed at celebrating American manufacturing, the president defended his targeting of 4 freshman congresswomen of color. He once again questioned their status as Americans and suggested they leave the United States. The 4 congresswomen: New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar, Massachusetts Representative Ayanna Pressley, and Michigan Representative Rashida Tlaib.
We are not getting the accounts of migrants, of their treatment.
3 of the 4 lawmakers had testified last Friday about their visits to crowded border detention facilities. On Twitter Sunday, the president wrote, quote, "Why don't they go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came?"
Does it concern you that many people saw that tweet as racist and that white nationalist groups are finding common cause with you on that point?
It doesn't concern me because many people agree with me. And all I'm saying, they want to leave, they can leave. Now, it doesn't say leave forever. It says leave if you want.
All of them are American citizens. 3 were born in the United States.
I just feel like President Trump's family isn't even from here. So I just feel like that isn't something he should even be saying in the first place to people who are American citizens and people who chose this country to be their new home too.
The 4 congresswomen pushed back today.
I encourage the American people and all of us in this room and beyond to not take the bait. This is a disruptive distraction from the issues of care, concern, and consequence to the American people.
He would love nothing more than to divide our country based on race, religion, gender, orientation, or immigration status. Because this is the only way he knows he can prevent the solidarity of us working together across all of our differences.
I think one of the great things about America is the diversity. The diversity is one of the strengths of this country. So my thought around that is just, I feel sorry. I feel a little bit sad for that, but also I feel hope, because there are a lot of people around the world, even inside in America, that we respect, everyone. Not important if you're a citizen or not. We actually believe that everyone is important for this country. So I'm not going to tell what is correct or not for the president, but I want to tell you what is the correct thing for me. Is the value of the diversity, the value that we are, everybody here is important for this country.
Part of the reason that Trump loves playing on this issue of immigration and race and cultural issues is he pushes extreme this way, and many of the Democrats, we saw this in the debate, came out on the other extreme.
When your supporters last night were chanting, "Send her back," why didn't you stop them? Why didn't you ask them to stop saying that?
Well, number one, I think I did. I started speaking very quickly. It really was a loud, I disagree with it, by the way, but it was quite a chant.
And she looks down with contempt on the hard-working Americans, saying that ignorance is pervasive in many parts of this country. And obviously and importantly, Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
Because we are here at the same time together with other U.S. citizens here, we are here to serve the nation as well. So even though we are naturalized, we try to adapt to what is in here. So I think it's not fair to say that. I think being compassionate to other people without looking at their race or what are their status in the society. You have to be just very compassionate because you every individual go through each phases in this life that we just need to be kind to each other.
Yesterday, Mr. Trump said he was not happy with the chants. Today, at an Apollo 11 anniversary event in the Oval Office, he went after Omar again and rejected criticism of the crowd.
Those are incredible people. Those are incredible patriots. But I'm unhappy when a congresswoman goes and said, I'm going to be the president's nightmare. She's going to be the president's nightmare. She's lucky to be where she is, let me tell you. And the things that she has said are a disgrace to our country.
He's our president, and you gotta respect whatever he says. I'm not saying I support it, his attitude or his words, but I support his status.
Well, it makes me sad because I feel like this is our country too, and we have to be part of this country. And it makes me sad that the president will make those comments because, I mean, I will get in her position too. I just became a U.S. citizen, and that's why it's disappointing.
And when I said I was the president's nightmare, well, you're watching it now. Because his nightmare is seeing a Somali immigrant refugee rise to Congress.
So what does all this tell us about President Trump, about these women members of Congress, about our country, and what does it say about racism?
Well, it is racist. Let's get that off the top. It's a pretty clear example of it. To me, it shows that what Trump wants to do is make this election about what America is. And he has a certain vision of what America is. And his vision, America is xenophobic. The good people of the heartland are being threatened by outsiders and by Muslims and by people who don't look like them. It's a vision that is nostalgic, looking backward to the past. And it's a vision of a white America, that white Protestants created this country and the rest of us are here by their sufferance. And this is the national story he wants to tell. And I think it's up to the rest of us to tell a better story about America.
We don't have to decide those debates today, but this ceremony comes at a particularly helpful moment because a ceremony like this reminds all of us that no matter what her challenges are, no matter what her problems are, no matter what's dominating her national news, no matter how hot her debates, the United States of America is still the best country on earth.
Today we have 187 applicants for naturalization representing 20 countries. With your permission, I will introduce the applicants by country.
Please proceed.
When I call your country, please rise and remain standing.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for
Algeria,
waves of
Brazil,
It feels really good. I want to give the undocumented and documented immigrants a voice as well and be able to help them.
This is your home now, and as much as it is mine or Judge Farrad's, we are honored to share this home with you.
Burma, Chile.
It's a privilege. It's an honor. And let me tell you something. I started to feel a citizen many years ago, especially working with the New Mexico government, with the local government, with state government. I feel a strong commitment with the community, with the people here in New Mexico, for sure for the citizens.
I hope you bring with you everything that makes you exactly who you are.
China, Cuba.
You don't hesitate when it's about the U.S. You just come here. This is the best place in the world. This is the best country in the world. Before coming here, I already loved the United States. I feel blessed. I feel like this is something that you can't compare with anything else in your life. Every single day of my life, I'll be proud of being a U.S. citizen.
No matter where you are coming from, please keep speaking the language of your ancestors.
Nigeria, Philippines.
Oh, it's a fulfilling feeling and happy feeling as well. So most of my family are already U.S. citizen, and I'm the only one who's not, and I'm so glad that I am now.
Because I am here today to tell you that you do belong here. You chose us, and today we chose you back.
Yemen, Mexico.
I feel really proud because ever since I was little, I wanted to be part of this country. Like, I wanted to tell the people I was a U.S. citizen, but I couldn't because I was an immigrant. But now I feel really proud to be legally American citizen, so that's why I'm really happy.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.